Hey guys, Peddler back with another video. Today we're going to be building the new PROPEL Advanced SL1 disc. This bike is a 2019 edition of the PROPEL. Comes with Giant's very new power meter along with a Di2 Ultegra. So let's get into this build. So guys, the price of the PROPEL Advanced SL1 disc is $7,299 before tax. And if we click on this, you can see it's a really nice kind of a glossy matte black. It's with Giant's rainbow finish, which means when you have it in different sunlight, in different lighting, you can actually see a rainbow glisten on it. So it's really cool. And then you can see right there, it has the power meter, dual-sided by Giant. And for the price of what you're getting Di2 Ultegra with a dual-sided power meter with carbon rims and super high quality grade of carbon fiber frame. You really can't go wrong for the price. Top tier bike. So guys, I just took the bike out of the box. We're gonna have it on the stand, and then we're gonna do kind of a time-lapse instructional video of the build. But I'll show you guys what it looks like once it's midway done. Stay tuned for that. So guys, we're gonna be opening up the PROPEL Advanced SL disc Rainbow. This is a size small. Let the box fall over. This is what it looks like when it comes out of the box. And yeah, we're gonna have to assemble this. So let's get into that. So guys, out of the box, as you can see, the wheel is strapped to the frame, and then all the packaging is covered to protect the frame. And basically all we have to do is take off all the cables that attach the carbon wheels to the frame, and then that's the frame and the wheels. Pedals are not obviously included, but everything else is pretty much there. In this bike, since it has an integrated seat mast, the seat mast actually comes right here. Well, this is the seat clamp, sorry. And basically, we're gonna have to either cut it depending on the rider's size, and it has stacks, spacer stacks to accommodate higher size or lower size depending if someone else wants to eventually ride this. It comes with Giant's saddle, which is the Contact SLR. Comes with tubeless ready rims and tires, and this is the sealant, and I'll show you guys in depth what that looks like. Comes with a different array of mounts for the integrated out front mount, which is right, not here, it is right, this is all the packaging that comes with it. So you can see it's a bit, this is the Di2, no, this is actually the power meter charger. I'll show you more detail on that. That's for the stem, to make it look more flush. And this was what I was looking for. This is the out front mount that gets mounted into the stem, a very arrow, and accommodates different array of, I'm pretty sure it has a Garmin and a cat eye mount. And then this is the through axle for the front wheel, and then it comes with a bunch of other stuff that I will get into detail once we start this build. But I'm just showing you guys what it comes out from the box, what it looks like. And basically nothing pretty standard. This is pretty much how every bike is packaged when you get it freshly from the box. So once we have this on the stand, I'm going to start taking everything off. So guys, I got the bike on the stand. With carbon, you don't want to clamp it too hard because you risk cracking the frame or the seat clamp or the seat post in this situation. With aluminum, you can do that, but with carbon, you don't want to. Basically, you're going to take off all this packaging and have everything ready on the bike. Okay, guys. So we're going to be cutting all the wrapping off this, and meanwhile, we're gonna put it on the side, but we will dispose of it after. You wanna be gentle, you don't nick the frame, because you don't wanna nick an expensive bike, right? So, first thing that's important to take off is the front wheel. Now you just slide the wheel off nicely. And there we have it, front wheel off. These are tubeless ready. So we're gonna have to put sealant in them. And right now I'm just taking off the disc protector. Not the hardest thing to take off, but still, take this off. Pick this up. We're gonna throw this out. And now basically it's just taking off all the packaging here. So, seat stays, take that off, chain stays. Take all this off. Take the bottom part, that protects the wheel. Now for the crank, take that off. Down to, take that off. Expose the amazing giant logo. Take this off. Now you can leave that in the front. Take this off. Expose the top tube. And now that's for the handlebar section, guys. Since these come pre-wrapped, you don't have to worry about nicking the frame, right? Because if these came unwrapped, then you'd have to be careful from the handlebar swinging into the frame and scratching it. But we're lucky here that out of the box, they come pre-wrapped. So right now, I'm just doing the handlebars. Kind of tricky, not really, just they're really packaged well, which is a good thing. But now it's just, you gotta watch this part, the front part is not wrapped. So just gotta be careful. And this has a little bit of foam on this side. So just taking this off now. And then we're gonna have to configure all this once we put it into the computer, because this is electronic DI2. And then once I have all this done, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So guys, the bike is ready for assembly now. All the protection that was used in the box for shipping has been taken off. Just showing you guys a close-up of what you get with this bike. Right here we have the SLR Giant 1 disc carbon fiber rims. It comes with Shimano brake rotor. Tubeless ready with the T. Does not stand for T-Titan. Now looking at this, it looks like we get a 28 out of the box, and this is a compact Shimano crank. Comes with Giant's own Power Pro power meter. It's dual-sided. I'm just showing you guys a close-up. Didn't mean to zoom in there. All DI2, so DI2 there, DI2 for the back rear mech, all Tegra, and then on the other side, if you want to see the single-sided, it's right there. So this is what the Power Pro looks like. I'm going to show you guys the battery after, but this is, oh, right there you guys got a good glimpse of the rainbow black finish that you can see when you shine different lighting on it. You get a different shade of rainbow. And then this is the flat handlebar arrow, pretty much stock with the arrow frame, which is the PROPEL. And then basically this is the integrated stem, and it comes, there's a top cap that makes this look a little bit nicer and cleaner. And then there's a out front mount that mounts into this, which makes it super integrated. So we're gonna start doing that, and I'll show you guys how that comes along. Okay guys, so basically out of the box you get sealants, okay? You get 2 sealants. It comes in a nice toilet roll thing, and basically you get tire levers, which is nice because usually it doesn't come with tire levers, but you come with 2 giant tire levers, which are high quality. And then it comes with this, which is how you actually get the valve core out. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. So this is the valve, right? So right now you can only open and close it, but you can't actually get the valve core out of it. So what you do is you take this side, which is this part, and you just go over top of it, and now you just go left, and now we're opening it, and it comes out. And it's pretty simple. And now you just unscrew it once the threads are out, and now you have the valve core. And now you're gonna open up your sealant, which is what's gonna, so basically what tubeless is you don't have a tube anymore. All you have is all you have is a tire, and no longer you have a tube. So basically, unless you go over something that's like super, that's something that's gonna really slash your tires, if it's like a thorn or a little tack on the road or something a little pointy that just makes like a very minimal flat, this will actually self-seal, and the sealant will actually go in between the hole and sealed leak. Whereas a tube, if it gets punctured, you have to replace the whole tube. So a lot of people are going to be running, this comes standard now in Giant, but usually that's the new standards. Tubeless is the way to go. Just for ease of mind, you don't have to worry about getting a flat, right? So I don't know, probably not at the pro scene. They're still running tubulars, which is when you glue on the tube and the tire is together, and you glue it onto the rim, and you have to like wait. You have to wait for the curing process or the gluing process to finish, like after I think it's like 12 hours. You have to leave it overnight. But for everyday use, for the typical avid cyclist, tubeless is the way to go. So now, sealant has been cracked. It's open. You're gonna put the tube inside, or the sealant inside, and now you're just gonna let it drain. So you need an air compressor, because with a floor pump, you probably wouldn't be able to get it as full as you can. So let me get that squared kind of. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this here, and then 1 second. This is the compressor, and now this will inflate it. That was not supposed to happen. Outtake. Basically what's happening right now is it has to seat properly in order to hold, right? So, oh my God. So right now I'm trying to put the sealant around. See if that fixes it. Oh, you know, I was so focused on the video that I forgot to put rookie mistake. I forgot to put the valve core back in. So obviously it's not gonna stay because there's nothing closing it, right? My bad, amateur mistake. So now, next step to inflate it is we're gonna put the valve core back in, and basically using the same tool, same side that comes stock, you just lock it, and now it's gonna be open. The valve core is gonna be open just like you're pumping a normal, but you need an air compressor because floor pump, you need a lot of power to get it seated, right? So right now, see, and right now it has no tube, So I'm gonna turn this so I can see how much pressure, and with tubeless, you can run 90 PSI, so we'll put 90. So right now it's at 90. So you want to close this up. I don't usually put the cap back on because you know, we're vain as roadies, but I'll put it back on. And then just to make sure everything's good, you can just rotate it around. But it's crazy, even on these rims, you get some of the rainbow gloss. I don't know if you guys can see it on that. But yeah, this is the front rim done. And then I'll show you guys the process on the back rim, same thing. So I'm not gonna, maybe not show you, but I can get the sealant and just talk. Yeah, so my thoughts on tubeless is, I think unless you have tubulars, which you puncture once on those and you're pretty much done. The wheel is done, and that's like, unless you have, I think, like a team or you got a really big bank account, I really have a hard time believing people be even running those during normal training rides, because that's just money down the drain. So with that being said, I think even for the everyday training tire, tubeless is the way to go. You really don't have to worry about having carrying tires. You don't have to worry about tubes, replacement tubes. You don't have to worry about having what do you call it, tire levers or CO2 cartridges or the CO2 cartridge attachment. You don't have to worry about it. So you basically don't need a saddlebag, which is crazy because who likes to run those anyways? But funny fact, quickly, I never ran. I was risky for, I think it was like 2 years. First season when I rode, I used a tire bag, and then I stopped because I thought it looked bad, and I got lazy. And now I'm going to spin that a couple times. Even though the rotor is rubbing, we will adjust that. Just came out of the box. Now the sealant's good, and now we just screw that on. So guys, next thing is front brake caliper. So guys, we're installing the Ultegra hydraulic brake.
Front brake.
Front brake. Thank you, Percy. This is Percy the mechanic working on this. So right now he's making sure that it's getting torqued down to spec, and right now we're just finishing up installing the front brake mech, which is the most important part until we get into calibrating the Di2. But right now it's just working on that so we can get the front brake on, front wheel, and then we're going to be worrying about this upper part after. Right now we're putting in the quick release. However, it does come with an Aero quick release.
It's an optional. That
is optional, but it requires the Allen key, so you can't use your hands to tighten it or take it off. You would have to have an Allen key on it. So right now we are balancing the brakes, making sure we get rid of that rotor rub, because that is what's lost, and with the light you can see the rainbow effect with the paint job. Beautiful. So this will be balanced very soon. So guys, you can see that there's no rubbing, so the brakes are balanced, and now we're just working on finishing the back brake, but it seems to be perfect. So just making sure everything's torqued to spec, and finishing this bad boy off. But next thing, now that both brakes have been balanced and centered properly, is going to be figuring out the Di2, and then finishing off with the top cap, which is located right here. Just gonna make clean. Using a spoke to fish the wire, and it has worked. Genius. Spokes have a lot of use.
Don't you know that Albert Einstein is my uncle?
I can see the resemblance. He said Albert Einstein is his uncle.
Don't you know what is E
equals MC squared?
MC squared.
So now we need the battery, right, Purse? Okay, so show them what the battery looks like.
This is the battery. This is how it looks like. Looks like a candy, yeah?
So basically, guys, it's really, the old ones used to be a lot thicker, but this is very thin, and it saves on weight. And the batteries were so big, they used to be right here below where
as
the
you can
crank was.
see, there's a cap protecting. There's a cap protecting the pins, the terminals, battery terminals. So
you
take it off.
So we took off a pin that protects the terminal to the battery. So now he's gonna insert that.
Now we can insert the battery. Now it is, make sure that it clicks. That is the indication that the battery, the connection is properly inserted.
So as you guys can see, we are charging the SL PROPEL Disc 1. The junction box for the charger is no longer underneath the stem. It's rather integrated inside the handlebar, which is nice and convenient. It looks aesthetically more pleasing. Out of the box it comes with this. So this is the charging unit, and this is how you make your fine-tune adjustments. And then basically all you do is you open eTube, which is Shimano's software that is used to make fine adjustments. And once that happens, I'll show you how that looks like. but basically you would choose road, and then it would be checking and updating, and then go from there. So once that happens, we're gonna go see that. But check connection, recognizing, cover, proceed. Gotta make sure that all the cables are inside. So today we are finishing off the seat post. And since this is integrated, it clamps right on to the frame because the seat post is connected. And now we just gotta torque that to spec. Now we're putting it on the saddle, through the rails, and we're gonna make sure that is leveled after with a leveler. And right now we're just gonna be torquing it with an Allen key. Alright. Cutting.
Alright, on this slab, not this one. On this end. Okay.
He's so funny. So guys, this is the finish look of the TCR Advanced Pro Disc SL1. Looks really, really nice. The build quality is insane. And just looks stunning. Integrated seat post inside the frame. Let's get the front view. Don't forget to subscribe and keep on running, guys. Propeller out.